All right, Paul Loga. Appreciate the time, man. Get you back on here. Got a big fight coming up. Let's get into what you've been doing the last couple months.
I had a bit of a break the last couple of months after my last loss. I sort of just stepped away from it all, trained every now and again when I felt like it, went on a bit of a holiday, and it paid off because I've come back and now I'm hungry, motivated, enjoying training again. It's sort of not like a chore. So, no, I'm having fun. So I'm glad I did that.
Taking the break, what was the reasoning behind that?
I just don't know. After that last loss, obviously getting KO'd, and in a minute and a half when I thought things were going well, getting clipped, and I just thought, what's the point? You know, after that fight, I went out the back and I sort of told my teammate, this might be it. I might not fight again. So I thought I better step away. And, stepped away for a little bit. Still training every now and again, but nothing too serious. Didn't book any fights. And as the new year come around, I felt like I was ready to go again. The fire's back.
How did the fire come back, though? You know, it's hard to, once you have those thoughts in your mind, it has to take something. What was it for you?
I just missed it, to be honest with you. As soon as it was sort of nothing coming up and I sort of relaxed a bit, I had a bit of a break because the start of my MMA career, it sort of was fight after fight after fight, and it sort of slowly sucked the fun out of it. And I started training again, having fun, and then I'm just the one actually pushing to get a fight, harassing my coach, telling him to ring Cam and Ben. I need to get back in there ASAP. So, yeah, I'm having fun now, and, I don't know how it come back, but it come back.
Your losses, last year was probably not the best year of your career, and those losses are to the best guys in the country. It's not like you're losing to guys that are just starting out. You're losing to, Steve. He's fighting for the title in his next fight. And the fight before that, you fought for the title. So, I guess you can't be down on yourself too much. I think your coaches know that, right?
Yeah, they do. I sort of have to sit back and sort of, let that sort of sink in rather than, it's hard to see as soon as you get the loss or you got KO'd or lost the title, and it's sort of like you don't see that straight away. It takes a little bit of a time, I guess. And yeah, that time off sort of made me see that. And, I still got a lot more to give. I'm not done yet. I'm 29, turning 30. I've still got a couple of years left to see what I can do with it. So, yeah, I'm excited to be back. And, I've been training harder than ever. The boys have been pushing me as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens on the 29th of Feb. Hopefully get my hand raised. Or I should say I will get my hand raised.
Your body, was it going through some troubles in 2019 and that break that you took, did it help a lot to get over a lot of the nagging injuries?
Yeah, it did. Well, all my feet were beat up. Obviously, I like to throw leg kicks, and sometimes you hit shins and knees and stuff like that. This is the first camp I haven't had to actually use strapping tape at all. So, like, my knees aren't strapped, my ankles aren't strapped. I feel healthy. I feel good.
So do you feel like, taking that time off, maybe moving on with your career, you might want to do that more often? Is like after a fight, take a break and then get back into training slowly and then book a fight? Do you see that as something in the future? Yeah,
definitely. I'll just see how my body feels, sort of thing. Sometimes I feel like I just want to jump straight back in there, especially after a win. You feel good. You want to get back in there. But, yeah, see how the body feels from now on and then make my decisions afterwards instead of booking fight after fight. Sort of have a fight booked before you've even stepped in the cage to have the first fight. So, yeah.
2020, stepping into 2020, what adjustments are you making, with the new year?
Well, I've started doing strength conditioning. I remember last time I spoke to you, I said I wasn't doing it. I've started dedicating Mondays to that. And then instead of wrestling twice a week super hard, I'm wrestling once a week and drilling once a week. Stuff like that sort of ease the body up a little bit, not push, like redline your body the whole way through camp. And I'm taking days off if I don't feel, my body doesn't feel well or I feel tired, instead of pushing through, I'll have a day off. Stuff like that, actually listening to my body instead of just pushing on through. So, and I'm hoping 2020 is a big one.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man, because I notice a lot of fighters, and there's a lot of fighters out there that don't listen to their body, and they almost ruin their career before it even gets started.
That's exactly right. That is. I was doing the same thing. I'd have swollen knees or swollen ankles, and I'll still turn up to training, and sort of push through. And after training, you probably train like shit, so you feel like shit, and you made your injuries worse, stuff like that. So I'm definitely starting to take that into account. I don't want to cut my career short. I love doing this. I love fighting. It is. Yeah, it's not my job. I have another job. I work construction, but I would like to make it my job, and that's where I'm going with it this year. So I'd really like to push for that.
Do you think that kind of edges into the mental game too? Pushing through that, but at the same time, when you get into the cage, you're not, not even close to 100%, and it kind of messes with your brain a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. If you got a banged up leg and you can't use it or you can't move quite as well, of course it comes in, especially once you throw it and it sort of hurts during a fight, you're like, oh shit, this is going to be a long night sort of thing. So, yeah. But then again, it is mental toughness. Some people say it's mental toughness to push through all that bullshit. So, but yeah, there's a fine line. You can't cross it, I guess.
Well, if you're getting paid like 6 figures, then it's all right,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. I've still got a job to go to on Monday, so, so try and toe the line but not go too far over it.
Definitely. Now, your fight coming up February 29th, Ryan Robertson. Ryan Robertson, he's a name that's been around for a long time. He's a Perth guy. Talk about him in this matchup coming up because, man, you are always facing the best guys out there.
Yeah, I'm excited to face him. We're friends on Instagram, Facebook. I spoke to him last time in Perth. And, yeah, he's a tough dude. He's unpredictable, which is hard to get ready for because you just don't know what he's going to do. But then again, in the same, I can concentrate on what I'm going to do instead of what they're going to do. So I sort of like the fight. I like the matchup. I think it's a good matchup. I think it's got fireworks written all over it. It depends how we both come out. If we come out like we normally do, the crowd's going to be in for a good treat, I reckon. And I know he'll be excited to fight back in Perth again. So it should be good.
Yeah, the flyweight division for Eternal has become pretty exciting, I believe, in the last year or so with Steve, you, Ryan, and a couple other guys that are coming up, and you got the champ, of course, Shannon. Yeah, man, I think Shannon has a lot of dudes that he could actually fight again, because you guys are all fighting each other and you guys are not scared. You're not trying to pad your records with guys with like 1 or 2 fights. You're fighting each other, so immediate title fights could happen, right?
Yeah, exactly right. That would be nice. I know Shannon's pushing for the UFC, but he's got a tough fight coming up in this next outing. So hopefully it doesn't look overlook Stephen because he's got some power, as I found out.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight? Because you face both guys, and you know what they have and what they offer. Who do you think has the edge in this fight?
Well, obviously Shannon with the experience, but Stephen's just got that. I don't know. He comes in the cage, he's real calm, quiet. He doesn't seem nervous at all. Doesn't let the moment phase him, which is pretty cool. So, he's long, he's awkward, really technical. Everything he throws is spot on technique. So, I don't know. I reckon if Shannon overlooks him, he's going to be in for a bit of a tough night. But, yeah, it should be a good fight. It'll be a crowd pleaser, definitely.
Do you see some parallels between Steve and Ryan? Because I know they've trained together a lot also.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. They have trained. I think they've fought twice as well. Once on amateur and once as a pro. Yeah. But not really. Steve's sort of super technical. Like he throws everything from where it's meant to go from, like by the book. Whereas Ryan, he'll throw right hands to head kicks to spinning elbows. He's unpredictable, and that's what makes it fun to watch. Like I've watched a lot of his fights, and I'm always entertained. So I'm looking forward to getting in there with him and throwing around some leather, seeing who comes out victorious.
Definitely. How do you see this fight playing out against Ryan?
I want to keep it technical. I don't want to get in the big slugfest with him, go into his sort of world where he can. I don't want to get hit by a lucky shot or a spinning elbow or something like that. So keep it technical. He can be technical as well. I know that. And he's fought everyone. He's super experienced. So, yeah, I just want to keep it nice and technical, get out uninjured, and hopefully move on to the next one.
Do you feel he has a more pressure than you going into this fight because he's actually fighting for the first time as a fighter, like as a student, not a coach. He's in Bali MMA. He's part of that team. He's focusing his whole life to fighting now. There's another level of pressure to that, don't you believe?
Yeah, there's got to be. Like every fight you lose, it's got to feel like, have I made the right decision, sort of thing. But I know he'll turn up, and I know he's the sort of dude that he loves fighting as well. So, he would, at least at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out for him, he can always say that he tried, and he'll have no regrets and stuff like that. So it can go both ways. And yeah, I reckon the Bali MMA move would be a big one, especially with the weather. And yeah, so it should be all right. I reckon he made the right move. Should be good. Good on him.
Lot of variables in this fight, man, coming up,
Yeah.
Especially he's a Perth guy, but he's in Bali, and then he'll come back to Perth to fight, you. So a lot of stuff going on right there.
Yeah.
2020, man. What is your plans for 2020? How many times would you like to fight, and is there anybody else, in the flyweight division that you would like to face that you haven't faced yet?
So 2020, I want to stay active, obviously, but like I said, I want to listen to my body. I don't want to be going into fights injured, and I don't want to, I don't want to be cutting myself short. I want to give myself the best chance possible. But obviously, there's a couple of guys that I haven't fought, like Sean. I think Sean Gauchi, I think his name is pronounced. Yeah. Stuff like that, or Stuart Nickel. He's another one that's making a come up. So it'd be all right. There's plenty of guys to fight. So, yeah, I've fought most of the top guys. So unless they want to give me another chance, I'll prove myself to them and I'll get another shot at them. I know I will. So,
do you feel like 2020 will be kind of like your comeback year, your kind of like 2.0 type of deal for Paul Loga?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm in a really good headspace as well. So I'm hoping to come out there guns blazing and, put a mark on the flyweight division in Australia.
All right, man. February 29th, Eternal MMA 51, Perth, Western Australia. Paul Loga, thank you so much, man, for the time. Always appreciate it. Good luck on the fight, and good luck on everything and anything that you're doing outside the cage as well.
Awesome. Thank you for having me again.